Turn dating from exhausting to easy. Whenever you start dating right now and you feel maybe a little bit wobbly, not sure what to say, not sure how to start, I hear you. I hear you. Or maybe you had a long time negative experience in dating and it's the same negative pattern repeating over and over and over again. I hear you too. Like, I'm literally super compassionate to you because the reason I am a dating relationship coach is because that was the worst part of my life. I was able to manage other things like university, school, work. I could do it. But like dating, relationships, that was so hard. That was so hard. Yeah. That's why I hear you. Yeah. If you feel like it's not working, feel like it's not working, feel like that men are mean to me, they're like pushy. And yet I decided to have this area of my life being good and perfect. And now it's the most easiest part of my life, most easiest. Yeah. So for example, I would have no boundaries or very slow boundaries. Or if a guy wanted to push my boundary, maybe of intimacy, I would just, quickly ghost him because I knew I have no boundaries. So I couldn't let him close. I couldn't let any guy close because I knew I have no boundaries. I'm going to lose myself in the relationship. I'm going to do what he wants, do the intimacy that he wants, do whatever he says, people please, because that was what I thought I have to do. And at some point, the only boundary I had was like having no relationship or ghosting the guy if he was too pushy. And sometimes masculine energy can feel pushy, but they're just initiating. So it's quite healthy. But as a feminine woman, you have to be able to say no, thank you. And once I really was able to um, embody setting boundaries, I don't even have to say them anymore. Like people, and also the guy I was dating, um, just say to me, you have boundaries. I just know with your energy, I can't cross that. I can't. And I'm like, wow, that's good. That's good that you feel like this. This is so good. Yeah. And also in other aspects, just like the dating process, how to inspire a guy propose to love us. I was thinking, and I was also doing this mistake in a long-term relationship, not only in dating. I was thinking the more I give, the more I'm nice and loving, cook, clean, and do whatever the guy feels like to make him happy. This is how I'm a good, girlfriend person. And it backfired so much because, again, a man is not your girlfriend unless you're looking for a girlfriend. Then yes, a girlfriend know how to give back. If you give her a gift, she will give you a gift back. But a man, usually, if you come with this energy of masculine energy of giving, you will be receiving and it will be low effort. So I really had to learn how men think. Like, what do they need to fall in love? And it's so funny how we have years of school, right? Where we learn, where we are being prepared for having a job later, when we are being prepared for our workplace. But no one prepares us for a relationship. And if we're lucky, yes, if we're lucky, we have parents who teach us this. But our parents could also teach us writing and reading. And I don't know about your country, but here in Germany, every child has to go to school. There's no homeschooling option. And but I've also been living in the US, so I know there is homeschooling options. Yeah, so just like a parent could teach you write and read, the parents usually teach us relationships. And if we didn't like the relationship that they were having, then probably we shouldn't be learning from them. And that was my case too. Like I didn't have a good modeling. So I was thinking, if I'm being trained to have a job, to have a career, then I probably need training to have an amazing relationship, because there is science behind it. There are systems behind it. It's like evolution. And yeah, so that's one more point, that we just have to know how men work, how relationship work, how polarity works. And once we know, it's super easy. Then the suffering just ends. It's like you are sent for a secretary job, and you never learned to read. Like, now you expect yourself to have a good experience. That's not going to be a good experience if you don't know how to read and write in English when you are a secretary in, like, an English company. So we have to know certain things. Okay. And whenever you're feeling like, I'm not sure what to do with a guy and it's like a really bad experience, there is a way to change that. And the fastest way is one-on-one coaching. Yeah. So if you're interested, reach out. My email is in the description box. And one more part that's super, super important, that you actually can't get from any course. You just can't. Is the embodiment part of your reality. So I was embodied in being in pain. I was embodied in being in pain, being criticized, mistreated. And because that was such a normal state of being for me, men who would want to make me happy felt boring, so boring. And I didn't feel attracted to them. I didn't. And I just thought, like, what's wrong with me that I don't? However, that's just normal, because our body is like producing attraction and chemistry for people that feel like home, that feel normal, feel like, yeah, that's normal treatment. I'm being ghosted and abandoned and criticized. Yay, my body thinks I'm going to create chemistry and feel like that's my man, because it feels like what it felt at home. So that's another part. And that's what I myself had to also embody, to train my whole body, my whole system, my hormones to live in pleasure, to live in pleasure, to feel good, to say no to whatever doesn't feel good. And only once I really embodied being able to hold the pleasure, I wasn't like, guy that wanted to make me happy felt boring, didn't feel exciting, didn't feel chemistry. But once I embodied feeling in pleasure, I myself, like, you can see what you embodied on how you feel when you're alone at home. When you're alone at home and you feel fear or anxiety, you're probably most of the time in this energy. And then you will attract people who reflect that, people who make you feel anxious. Yeah. And so, for example, now I'm when I'm at home alone, I feel very grounded. I feel alive. I feel excited about my day, and that wasn't always the case. Yeah. So now, when I feel so much pleasure, even if I'm alone, every person that comes to my life, doesn't even have to be a romantic partner. It's just a reflection. Yeah. So now, a nice guy who gives me a flower, I actually got this flower today, um, just feels so good. It's just a cherry on top on my already amazing life. But before, I just thought, oh, he's probably desperate. Like, why is he so weird? Hmm, I didn't feel any attraction because I was embodied in pain. And that's something that you can see for yourself if you have a pattern of men who would be low effort, ignoring you, or even if it's not that bad, it could be just like you're not happy. We have to work on the embodiment. If you expand the ability to receive love, to receive pleasure, yeah. And once you are able to receive more love and pleasure, you can attract those things and you can enjoy them. And as I shared before, I did not have this capacity. So I promise you, I'm not coming here preaching something that I didn't transform myself. I did. I transformed everything myself. And I was teaching so many ladies already through the last years to get to a happy, healthy, and abundant relationship. So wherever you are, there is a way for you. And I'm sure you're going to get there with or without me. But I also know that with my one-on-one coaching, you're going to get there much faster, much faster. And your lifetime is the most precious asset that you have, most precious asset. And why would you want to sit in an unfulfilling relationship for a few years? You can have it in a few months when you work with me. Okay. So, anyways, once you transform and being able to receive so much love, so much abundance, so much, so much cherishment, then the guys or whoever comes to your life, even the money, honestly, just feels good and you can receive that. Otherwise, we can't see the possibility. It's or we even reject it because we're like, imagine you focus on the color red and you immediately see the red, right? But when you focus on the color green, then you will see the green. It's like we filter out things. So that's what I mean with embodiment. Once you embody in pleasure, you only attract pleasure. And that comes from a person that had an opposite life. Okay. So again, if you know you want to have a loving, romantic, abundant relationship in 2023, and you want to get the fast track, then reach out for one-on-one coaching. The link is in the description box and also my email. So I'm going to be running 101 with you, or maybe also a group, and we can discuss which option is best for you. Yeah, so definitely reach out, but only if you decided that you want this kind of loving, abundant relationship with the top 1% men. All right, so if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I see you in the next video.